The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Candace. And Candace, this is all Candace's fault. I just want to point this out before we go.
What's my fault?
You got
I look
this.
like I got that orange sunless tan look today. I don't know what's wrong with
This is the Donald Trump look.
it. I think the light's bouncing off of Scotty Ray's shirt and going onto my face.
Whoops.
Yeah.
But we're sitting here talking about a song, and now it's forever hung in my head for the rest of the morning. If anybody can scratch back in your head and remember, and I remember seeing this at the Ralph Morgan Rodeo. I was a youngster at the time, and John Anderson came to town. And Mr. Ralph brought him up to the Ralph Morgan Rodeo, put him on an 18-wheeler bed out in the center, and it come a flood. And John just kept right on to singing right there and all that. But I just came home to count the memories of a better place in time. Where he comes home, his wife's left him, and the little Johnson kid from up the street was asking if the kids could come and play. And he said, I wish I could have told him. But I said, I guess not today. A lot of people go through things like that. And the reason I bring that up is, well, what happened to stories? What happened to songs that, well, just really tugged at your heart?
Right, that told a story that you could relate to and somebody could relate to.
Yeah.
Now it's just, and I've said this many times, it just seems like it's repetitive noise.
It is.
It doesn't really tell any kind of story except just some junk. I mean,
Used to, within a 15-minute period, whether you were having a great time in your life or a bad time, you'd find a country song that really fit what was going on.
Right.
Ain't no more.
Yeah. It's like medicine for the soul.
I think 50 Cent has taken over. Somebody gave me an example the other day of government things of 50 Cent, and I was trying to relate, and I was having a hard time. I was trying to learn what they were trying to tell me. Today, y'all be prepared. It's some serious weather that is moving into our area. And let's just take a quick look at what we've got with warnings that are going on right now. Mostly what we have showing this morning at this point are just the tornado warning has expired. We now have some thunderstorm warnings that are out there in the northwest corner of the state. Let's pull this up where you can take a look-see here of what we've got. This is up in the northwestern corner right here. We've got a thunderstorm warning up around Grenada and these areas here, and then we go down and look at this. We've got one right at Natchez, a severe thunderstorm warning. No major issues right now, so that's what we're hoping will stay as we watch this weather. Let's turn on radar where you can see where the rain is and what that actually looks like in these cells. As we go back to this, and here's a quick look at this, what we're watching. This is that line that's moving across. Now, the National Weather Service has changed this up. They're telling us now from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. tonight, we could have a second round of this, and most likely that's what will affect us. This 11 a.m. hour will affect the northwestern corner, and then it will gradually move across. Let's break that down. They really don't know when it's going to happen.
Right.
It's plain and simple because the storms are building and they cannot exactly pinpoint between 2 and 3 it's going to happen. So they open up that window, and they'll be able to narrow this down a little bit later on as this comes about.
I just hate that nighttime bad weather where you can't see what's going on.
Yeah. So we'll see, and hopefully it'll be early and be gone. We'll have some storms before 4 and then after 4 p.m. So be ready for all this weather as it floats through the area today.
Yes.
You prepared?
I guess so.
Got
I'm
your
so
shoes?
used to it now. Yeah, I do have on my little duck boot things today, so
And again,
I guess I'm as prepared as I'm going to be.
Well, make sure you got a little raincoat or something, especially if you have to. A lot of people have their storm shelters on the outside of their home to where you got to kind of run out to them.
Yeah. My mother's is like that.
Cover up.
Yes. Get you an umbrella. I don't know that it'll stay intact if you have to get out.
If you're,
But yeah, hopefully it won't get that bad. Let's just pray.
so if
about
you're
it.
building a home, we got several people that sells these. Go in and you can have them put on your carport, underground, to where, or even in a basement closet or anywhere like that, to where you go into, don't have to go outside.
Yeah, easy access.
But if you've already got your house built, there's other ways around it to make sure you're safe.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who have been putting them in their garage
Yeah.
if they've already built their home.
Several
so
ways to do it.
It's an idea.
Just at the end of the day, so long as you're safe. And also, now keep this in mind, and never is it downgrading someone? I don't want anybody to take this wrong, but if you live in a mobile home, make sure you have a plan of where you're going to go.
Right.
And when I say plan is when that warning goes off, you know, I'm going here, that you don't have to sit back and go, what am I going to do?
Right.
Know ahead of time.
Because we live in a mobile home, and I've always got some kind of plan. I am not staying
Like
there.
if neighbor
Big as
Earl
bad.
has one, go see Earl. Spend a little
Right.
time with him.
Yeah.
Y'all do some sausage together. Cook it up.
Of course, it could get, it could do damage to a regular home. Just take precaution. Just use, good choices when it comes to stuff like this.
It can
Have a
happen to
plan.
anything.
Yeah.
But-
And your pets, make sure that they're situated.
Now, here's what we've got from the National Weather Service as we begin today. Let me show you all of this. This is what the National Weather Service tells us. 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. is what we're showing here. Now, as you'll notice here, Meridian, half of Newton County is under a level 3. We'll go back and look at this again live in just a second for you to see. This is a area 2 everywhere north of Decatur. This is Scuba is where this comes across. Anything north of Scuba is a level 2. Now, a level 2 does not mean that a tornado cannot happen. I want y'all to know that. It just means that it's more likely to happen across that other side, Clark County, our friends in Jasper County. Y'all be prepared on all of that and just be ready today. Let's look at flash flooding. This is what the National Weather Service tells us. More rain in the Delta and more rain down here in Wayne County. Just below the... Now, Shibuda, y'all get your galoshes out. Is that still a word that people use?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Or
rain
galoshes.
boots, galoshes.
It's going to be wet.
2 to 4 inches of rain.
Yeah.
Possible.
Now, windy. We also, you hear us talk about this. If you got a limb over your house, it could come down on you today.
Yeah, that and also yard furniture or anything out in your yard that you think could possibly blow around. It could blow into your home. So make sure that that's secure.
Now, we're seeing that out at Why Not Motorsports Park. Not as much rain out there with Rodney. They'll be okay. He'll be able to sit down on his back deck and watch it. It'll be just north of him. But the rest of Lauderdale County, y'all be prepared for some serious wind blowing there as we look at the storms here. Alabama, let's look at y'all. We didn't talk about y'all a minute ago. That's what we're showing for Alabama from the National Weather Service here. It goes clear over to Tuscaloosa, over to Alexandria, over to Auburn, and then down toward the coast there, toward Troy, Dothan, Alabama, and then back into the Mississippi side. That's what we'll see today. And just a very serious situation that we need to watch closely today. Your life is worth so much. And I talked about this morning. You go, well, I ain't scared of weather.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. I'm not running from it,
But it's not about you. It's who depends upon you.
Right.
Like Candace here. Kurt would starve. If Candace come up missing today, they wouldn't have nothing to eat tonight.
Though Kurt's probably, if he's watching, he's probably thinking, I'm the one that cooks most of the
I was trying to make you look good. But everybody has their role, and people depend upon you.
But there are those people who say, I ain't running from it.
Yeah.
If God gets ready for you, he's going to take you. Well, that is probably true. That is true. But God gives you common sense, too, to get in out of the rain, get, somewhere secure and safe.
Yeah, he gives you the sense. Sometimes you got to use it.
Right.
And we can be stubborn. Even I am stubborn.
Yeah, I am too at times. But when it comes to bad weather, I'm gone.
But there's a lot of people that look at it that way. And, you got a wife and kids, and you're a lot of times the breadwinner for the family. So protect yourself. If you won't do it for yourself, do it for them. Look out for them. NOAA weather radios. They're very loud and obnoxious. On the back of them, if you'll flip them over, there's a battery inside of it. And that's in case the power goes off, that loud, obnoxious thing will work.
It is obnoxious. Knock you out of the bed, obnoxious.
Yeah.
But that's what it's supposed to do, I guess. I think mine, I had it, I don't know how you program it to where, like, even if it was a flash flood somewhere, it, would knock me out.
It will.
So I was ready to just,
Hush it up.
throw it up against the wall. But, it is a good thing to have.
When you hear that, then join us either on YouTube or Facebook and follow us, and we'll let you know where the storms are in relation to where you live. That's the important thing, is understanding. And I posted a map last night of all the counties of Mississippi. Kind of look over that today and familiarize yourself. Sometimes you'll see these maps up on the screen and you go, well, I don't know where that is. I don't understand it. Take a look at that and just see where you are. And then that way, when the storms roll in later, you'll be ahead of the game, so to speak.
Right. But as when we talk about flash floods and 2 to 4 inches of rain or whatever, if roads are covered, you never know if the pavement underneath, you never know if it's washed out, so don't take that chance. And if it's water that's flowing in a fast way, don't get in that either, because it could carry your vehicle off the road.
It's like dating somebody and never seeing them without makeup, and then one day you see them with that and you go, who are you? Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, or ladies, they start taking off the fake eyelashes and the wigs.
And some people paint them on.
People probably thinking, Lord,
There's a lot of accessories go to ladies.
How did we go from weather to that? I don't even know.
With men, it's usually a ball cap.
Yeah.
With or without, you pick. Mm-hmm. We've got more coming up. We'll tell you about what's going on in Meridian and the surrounding areas overnight. And it does involve naked people. Y'all get ready for this. We're going to tell you all about it. It's on the way next here with Scotty Ray and Candace. Good morning.
This is Mike Rice with Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale, coming at you live at the Ebenezer Ministries in Bailey, Mississippi. We're doing the estate sale, and it is going to be live right now on highbid.com. How you get there is go to www.mikericeauctions.hibid.com. Got a lot of office furniture, just a lot of good stuff in here. Everything you see will be for sale on www.mikericeauctions.hibid.com. That's mikericeauctions.hibid.com.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Saw on Highway 19 North invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professional sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your steel weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100. And welcome back. We are Scotty Ray and Candace on a Tuesday morning. As you look out the window right now, we've got a little bit of sunshine peeking through. Mm-hmm. That will change. We'll tell you all about it as it develops here in this Tuesday here as we move forward with this. As I mentioned, there was a lot went on last night. The Meridian, too late Ethel is the word. Mm-hmm. She'd been flashed. As we go to the Meridian Fire Department, they had a busy last night as they got in touch with Meridian PD and said, what was that? What do you want me to do? As we find out, Carver Middle School was the scene of this. This is just north of 8th Street. That's what we'll find here where Mr. Taco is, Meridian Animal Clinic. Straight up here, we had a naked lady last night on top of a building. Now, why she was there, we're not really sure, but she was parading around back and forth. And it took a good minute or so to get her down. Right. I would say probably close to 2 hours as she was put on a board, moved. And you have to think about that of toting, I guess you would call that dead weight, would you not? When somebody, you got to tote them down a ladder. It's got to be hard. I do good to balance Christmas lights, much less someone who doesn't want to come down. So I give kudos.
I think she was kind of irate.
Yeah, she was really upset over the situation. I have heard some people say that she was threatening to jump. We don't really know for sure. Right. We don't know at this point what charges will be brought against her, if any, by the Meridian Police Department. We do know that she was transported to a hospital for care. Mm-hmm. We'll find out what happens with this a little bit later on today. But wow.
It makes you wonder, though, on mental stability or intoxication of some kind. It makes you kind of wonder if those things come into play. With an incident like that, you just never know.
Yeah, take your clothes off and run around. You normally
you don't do that, but
unless you're Naked Man. Naked Man, he just does his own thing. I think this is a totally different ball game of what we're dealing with. But you got to respect those folks that deal with things that happen in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
you have to go say what? Yeah. So that did happen last night, and glad everything turned out all right. That they were able to get her down. Now there was a lot of questions as how did she get up on the building? I don't know whether she brought her own ladder or she's just very talented at climbing. Mm-hmm. Some people are.
Did she take her clothes off when she was up on the building, or did she go? Who knows?
But hopefully we'll get a little bit more details on that.
And hopefully she gets the help she needs.
Right.
Because obviously She might need a little bit.
I think so. We had an accident with injuries last night, I-20. If you were coming along and saw all the lights from the police and also ambulance, it was right at the end of the runway there on I-20 coming into Meridian. As we look at this, as a fireman and Meridian Police Department are wrecked there. At first they thought somebody was trapped. They got there, they weren't. They were able to get them out okay, transported and taken care of. Then it got a little bit more serious. Anybody out last night on North Hill Street and say what was going on? Right up by the fire station. Y'all know where the 10th Avenue is? As we pull this up, this is the scene. As we look at this is a map of where that is. Let me get that a little bit bigger there. As we know, right there sits, you come from the country club, right there sits the fire station. If you came along, look what we have.
Oh, goodness.
A Mercury Grand Marquis. As we get a little bit closer, as you can tell, it has struck a light pole. If you were without power, here's why.
Oh, gosh.
And as you look at that, that's pretty serious.
That is. That's the one, I mean,
I'm
did they get out okay? Or?
They did. They were transported also to a hospital. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that maybe they were still celebrating New Year's. Pretty close guess. No word yet of what the charges are from MPD at this point. But
so there was no other vehicle involved.
Just that one.
Thank goodness they did not hit someone.
Because you know,
else.
if you think about it, there's a little bit of a curve there, and I would think that they thought there were several roads when they got there and didn't know which one to take.
But to hit a light pole and break it, they were probably moving on in a high rate of speed.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I bet whoever it was at Mississippi Power that had to get up out of bed to go find a pole to bring into town was not happy at that point.
Probably not.
It interrupts, makes you a little bit grumpy. I hope they had a little coffee to get them going there. But boy,
Gosh.
there's a lot of things that go thump in the middle of the night. That was one of them. We
I hope
also,
they're going to be okay.
I do too.
Regardless.
Let's back up. Let's go to downtown Meridian. We had a little excitement last night. Everybody know where Meridian Underground is? They have a little bit of everything there. And let's go to downtown Meridian and take a look. Whoop.
Was this a fire?
It was.
Okay, yeah.
It was a huge fire. The folks I had there couldn't get close enough to it there to get the video. We got that as soon as it got out. But as you'll notice, it started in the engine and came across there. That's a total loss is what that is.
Yeah.
We feel for whoever car it was, because that's the last thing that you want to happen to you is lose your car.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, there's Mom. And you'd go straight to go toward the Doughboy Monument.
So it was parked in a parking spot,
Yeah.
I guess. Gosh.
Probably shopping somewhere there in town, and then it just broke out. And a car fire can happen so quickly.
Right.
Again, we think about those. Hey, Joe Skipper, how are you this morning? Glad to see you watching us there. Let's
Goodness.
see here. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Lauderdale, Mississippi. Y'all were pretty popular, too, yesterday. Did you hear about it?
I did not.
The Lauderdale Volunteer Fire Department was called out. There's an accident right there on York Road. And if you're familiar with Lauderdale, York Road is right there at the railroad tracks. Let's go on downtown there as we see that, well, we've got a car upside down in downtown Lauderdale, Mississippi, right up in the yard. As you can see, they took out the railing where you go up.
A few more feet and they'd have been in the house.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Now I understand it was a young lady driving the car. She lost control and the car flipped. She's okay.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that could have turned out pretty nasty as well there.
Gosh, it makes you wonder, like, what causes stuff like this? Are people possibly not paying attention?
Could have been a radio, could have been a phone, could have been slick,
Yeah,
could have been an animal that ran out in front of them.
That a lot of times that will happen too. Yeah,
And-
people try to dodge them.
And I know this sounds cruel, but for your safety, when something like that, and it's only human nature that you jerk.
It is.
But if at all possible, hold your course for your life. We had to teach a driving class.
You can fix or replace your vehicle. Your life is not always.
Where's Billy Jack when I need him? Billy Jack used to teach those classes of driving, and that's one of those things when it happens, hold steady, because if you jerk the wheel, it can cause your car to roll over very quickly.
Especially on wet roads, damp roads, or anything.
All right. Let's see what else we've got going on. This is one of the saddest stories I think that we can even bring up. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, right along in there in Louisiana. I know this isn't local right yet. We're still in that, but this is one of those stories I think we need to bring up. Police officers were chasing a suspect, a stolen car. The police officer, and you've got to put yourself in his place, was en route in pursuit. They were running through red light after red light. He didn't pause. A car didn't see him coming, pulled out, and it was 2 cheerleaders in the car. They were killed in the accident, and here's the 2 young ladies that were killed. Now, one of the first times I've seen this, the police officer has been arrested for this, and he's going to be charged with manslaughter in this for, and I'm sure they teach this in pursuits of how you handle these situations. And that's how sometimes the bad guys get away, because police don't follow so close. But he's got a little bit of trouble this morning as charges are being filed against him.
That's awful, though. I mean, I can...
That was on New Year's Eve when that happened, 86 mile an hour pursuit. We feel for the families of that, everybody involved.
Because, you know, when I would imagine that when you're in a pursuit of somebody like that, you just kind of have that one track.
Yeah, you're after the bad guy, you got to stop him.
Right. It would be hard with all that adrenaline going. It would be hard to kind of watch your surroundings.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel for the families.
So keep them in your thoughts and prayers as you begin today, and take a look at everything. I was looking back over my notes here of we did have some gunshots last night. No one hurt, no one injured near St. Francisville Apartments last night. I meant to get that posted up, and there was a lot going on this morning. I didn't get that done, but I did get several inboxes last night about there's gunshots outside my window.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. It's a constant thing that goes on. Let's see what else is happening there. Tragedy as we go to Memphis. Did you see this story?
I didn't. I know y'all think, Lord, she don't see nothing. When I'm at home, usually I'm just busy. So.
But a nursing home fire broke out. The Memphis Fire Department arrived to put it out. They lost 1 soul in that fire. 72-year-old man lost his life in that nursing home fire. And you have to feel for that. Now,
and the workers there too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, their whole goal would probably be to get everybody out safe. And
99% of the time, and I'm not a fireman, but I've always been told with these situations, the smoke normally knocks somebody out before to where it's...
The inhalation.
I'm trying to word it delicately when something like that happens. 99% of the time, not always, but most of the time you're knocked out by the time it reaches you. It's just tragedy. Debbie Evans, how are you? I see you watching. We appreciate that. Hopefully you got a smile on.
I thought I saw Lee Buffington on a while ago.
What's Lee doing?
I don't know. He's probably busy working, I'm sure.
Diana Hill said a little rain has made it out to the Zero Road. There's some light showers, and we do have that. Let me show y'all where we got some rain locally as we pulled this up to take a look. Nothing heavy or bad at this point, but as we go back to radar there, we are showing some in southern Lauderdale County. Right there around Mathis Peaches, those areas there, getting a little bit of rain there around Clarkdale High School. We've got some out here just west of Jay's Taxidermy, right over here by Harmony Baptist Church. Y'all be careful in those areas. Nothing major, but we do have some rain showers.
Yeah.
What does it happen right now? Wrecks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's just enough rain to make the road slick enough that you could slide around, so just be extra careful. Yeah.
I have to do a big thank you. I loaded up yesterday. You remember I told you I got run off the road a couple of days ago? And ever since then, I've been going, well, I need to go get my tire balance because the car is shaking. I took it off, and it bent the rim. So I had to go up and see Kenny Talbert at Talbert, where there ain't no junkyard. So I got me a new wheel for my Lincoln Continental that I can go floating down the road again. And I also got me some parts for my four-wheel drive. So I appreciate Kenny and the gang going out and getting all that. And if you're ever looking for parts, a wonderful place to get that.
My daddy used to do body work on cars and stuff, and had his own little shop on the side of working for the railroad. But I went up there with him one time to get some parts, and everybody was super nice.
They got a new kitty.
Lots and lots of stuff.
Oh, yeah, acres and acres, and they got a new kitty up in the office. Heather was taking care of the old cat while I was there. Appreciate y'all so much. Real nice folks. You ever need anything, they'll help you out there. Let's see what else is going on. That Baton Rouge thing just scary. On a local front, we still feel for the families, especially the family that is in Clark County that has lost a loved one in this helicopter crash. We now know that they have located the helicopter. It has not been removed, but as it went down, they do know that it's there. All presumed deceased at this point.
Yes.
Some strong prayers
That's
are going to be
tragic.
needed for them.
Yes. That is a very tragic thing.
So as we go about, and sometimes we're human. You go, well, I'm having a bad day. This is happening. This is happening. Your day could be a whole lot worse as you look around and just see what others go through.
We take things for granted each and every day. Every day. We do.
And that's one of those situations. So keep them in mind. That family, all those families. It was 3 people, oil rig workers, and 1 pilot that lost their life. We don't know what happened. I'm sure the FAA will get into that, and we'll find out what caused it to go down before long. We go over toward Vicksburg, Warren County. As we know, bad guys are out. The call came in hours later. It was a group that was robbed and tied up, about 4 of them. They even took one as hostage, and that person escaped. They were able to call police. No arrests have been made yet, but they said they didn't have much money on them, but they did take what they had.
So they were just trying to rob them then. I was wondering what the whole motive of doing that would be.
Yeah, and if you're a bad guy and you're thinking, don't pick on people that ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
That wasn't well thought out.
Right. That's like robbing the pizza delivery person.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's happened a couple of times.
And as we get into these, the convenience stores and stores no longer really have cash. I mean, y'all are really going to have to rethink this.
Yeah, most people use a card,
You remember the guy that robbed the store in Neshoba County, and they caught him within 11 minutes? Eric Clark was all over that. $117 is all he got. Is that worth going to jail over?
Or losing your life, because not everybody just sits back and takes it.
Nope.
So.
We look at those headlines that happen around here, and that's one of those. That was pretty quick, though. Eric Clark, y'all done a great job on that, as that store was robbed not long ago. 11 minutes response time, you can't get it. An emotional day yesterday for Mississippi State as they did win the bowl game. As Mike Leach was remembered there on the field, and they took to the field and won 19-10. So congratulations to all our Mississippi State fans. I even saw where Nick Saban and others were wishing them luck as they went to the field. Even saw James Spann make a post and say good luck to Mississippi State as they honor their coach.
They had to have been playing with a heavy heart,
Elizabeth Graham said Meridian needs an Eric Clark. I think a lot of people agree with you on that. I tried to talk Eric into moving, and he wasn't much on that. He's kind of happy up in Neshoba County. Brian says Hell State.
Yeah.
A lot of you agree with that. But a great game yesterday. I hope you did get a chance to enjoy that.
Right.
All right. We'll be right back. We got more to talk about as we move on this Tuesday morning. It's calm before the storm, so to speak. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. Already 8:30. Can y'all believe that?
It's flying on by this morning. It is.
We do hope that you picked out your Sunday best for today, and wherever you're going and what you got to do, smile. This is kind of like the official first day of work. And I didn't catch on to that till about 11 o'clock when I kept going, boy, it sure seems slow. And then I realized that a lot of people didn't go back to work yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of places were closed yesterday evening. There was a few car lots closed. I mean, lots of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's step back in time and look at a few things that did go on this date. 1950, it was almost like it was probably one of the biggest things that ever happened in Memphis. It really shaped Memphis as Sun Studios would open for business. Anybody remember that? A lot of
That's where
legends would walk
Elvis-
out of there.
Yeah. It's a neat thing, though.
Oh,
The guitar out
Elvis,
there.
Jerry Lee. We have Johnny Cash that came out of, and the list goes on and on of other stars that came from Sam Phillips, who really was an entrepreneur when it comes to music. Kind of like the Muscle Shoals area that was done for Southern rock. A lot went on with that.
It'd be neat to visit there, just to be in there.
Have you ever been to Beale Street in those areas
I've
there?
never been there. I haven't. Lots of people go, you know. Anyway.
Let's see what else we have. Anybody remember watching 9 to 5?
I loved that movie. I thought it was so funny how they got the boss and tied him.
He was born on this date. And I've never known his name until then. I've just always recognized his face. Of course, he was Mr. Drysdale in the Beverly Hillbillies also.
Yeah.
He played a lot of parts in movies. He even been in Yellowstone.
Yeah, I think he was John Dutton's father.
Yeah,
in
sure was.
Yellowstone, yeah.
So remember him. This was his birthday today. He was in a lot of cop shows also. Now, here's a big star today. You've seen him in a lot of things, Lethal Weapon, and whoop, he's having a birthday today. Mel Gibson, The Patriot, one of the best I think he's ever been in.
He's a good actor. He's a little different.
He is.
He seems like he's got a little different views on some things. But
And, you know, he took a lot of flack for doing the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie. It really was. So Mel Gibson remembered for his birthday today. He's probably celebrating somewhere big today. Now, back in the 60s, we had the biggest conspiracy theory that ever happened in the United States when JFK was killed. As you had Oswald, who was walking back, who was shot, who happened to be shot by a man who was terminally ill, who would take his secrets to the grave. The word is that his family was promised lots and lots if he took care of that little issue. And, well, he passed away on today as Jack Ruby went to the by and by. So your thoughts on that? Do you think he did it for hire?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that are have been kind of sealed up. You know, they're starting to bring more and more out now. I don't really know. It sounds like it could have happened for sure. I know there was a lot of controversy around the Maryland, I can't even talk today, but Marilyn Monroe thing.
She was tied into that also. Secrets must go away. And no matter what paperwork, y'all remember this now, no matter what paperwork is released, the real truth is not on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It never made it there.
Yeah, but there was a lot of controversy around the death of Marilyn Monroe, too.
She might have known too much.
Right.
That's just rumor and all. 1976, this would change America. Everywhere you went back in 1976, about this time, everybody had a CB radio. Yeah, a Cobra, a Midland. Everybody had one in there, and everybody got a handle. Do you have a handle?
I don't have a handle. My
You are
stepdad used to have a
kidding.
handle. Mississippi Hippie.
You don't
And then my
have
daddy
one?
had I think my dad had one of these, and he was Jaybird.
Jaybird. I was Cannonball for years, and still am.
Yeah.
When you use your CB, I can't believe you don't have. We're going to have to give you a handle.
I don't have a handle.
You
I
need
don't know.
one. As Sally Field was named Frog. She just kept jumping around in the car.
Yeah. I'm sure Terry Shelton would say I'm bossy.
But we might have to name you that. But today, C.W. McCall had the #1 album with, of course, Convoy. And it really captured what was going on as 10-100s happened there. You know what that is?
I don't.
Okay, I'm not
What is
telling
a
her.
10-100?
I am not telling you. You don't remember that from Smoking the Bandit where he passed a cop and he goes, I think he was taking a 10-100.
Oh, no. No, I don't remember. Well, I mean, I do probably remember the part. I mean, I remember all those little snippets. You remember so much more than I do. You got like a photographic memory of different things you see. And
Sally Field said, well, it's better than a 10-200.
yeah.
Y'all think on that. It's easy to figure out. I think y'all know.
Okay.
1983, we brought up this guy at the beginning of the show, and this was one of my favorite songs that he ever did. Anybody remember the song Wild and Blue? It was number 1 on this date back in 1983 as John Anderson came to the forefront of country music with that one. Way across town, the phone rings off the wall. If you know he ain't home, why do you keep calling? She just couldn't give up. As we continue with some more stories that went on today, this guy, each of you have brought him into your home at some time. He told such a good story. He had a great voice.
He did.
Anybody remember Casey Kasem?
I used to listen to him all the time on American Top 40.
Did he give you a long distance dedication?
I didn't ever do the long distance dedication stuff, but we used to record all of the top 40 things on the cassette tapes.
Learn your songs?
Yeah, and we'd learn them and play them back, and that's what we played in our vehicles. You remember the days when you had to record stuff to be able to listen to it?
Had to be there to hit it just right.
Yeah.
April said her handle used to be Chunky Girl. We'll let our imaginations run wild there. Good one there. My handle was Dream Weaver. Oh, Beverly, go ahead.
Joyce Gressett said hers was Baby Doll.
Oh, see, look, there's a lot of those. Everybody had one.
Mm-hmm. You said yours was?
Cannonball.
Cannonball.
I don't know how that, I think my aunt gave it to me.
Okay.
But it's always interesting to think on those. And usually it's a good, my uncle, wherever he is, Water Dog. That was his handle. Truck driver for years. We lost one of the Everly brothers on this date. Anybody remember Phil Everly? He passed away in 2014. Hey, Bird Dog, Wake Up, Little Susie. The list goes on and on of songs that the Everly brothers done. They've done much more than you probably realize. Anybody remember Baby Likes to Rock It Like a Boogie Woogie Choo Choo Train?
I do. I remember that.
Yeah, remember those guys with
the tractors?
Yep, the lead singer passed away, Steve Ripley, on this day back in 2019. I wasn't even aware that had happened. It was real low key when he passed away. Oh yeah, they were different. They were not what I would really consider country at all. Marta says her handle was Steel Lady. Scott was Big Country. Brian says his was Doughboy. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good CB handle. And of course we got Marta's down there with M&M, that being her initials.
Yeah.
So you come up with one for yourself yet?
I hadn't.
Y'all really need to work on this for her to come up with a handle.
A CB handle for me. Yeah.
Joyce, how are you doing today? Well, you never know when I still got one. But
do people still use them in their trucks? And
not much.
I mean, I'm sure the 18-wheeler drivers.
But I'm telling you, because I always kept one when I traveled across the United States for one reason. In case you get into a traffic jam, you know what's going on.
Right.
But it's no longer finding out where Smokies are. They're not used for that because there's apps for that. If you don't have Waze, install that in your car. It tells you exactly where the wrecks are. It tells you where highway patrolmen are parked. Neat.
It's called Waze?
Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's a great app, and it's used for it. And it's it tells you where you're going, and it'll let you know, like 20 miles up the road construction, you need to exit to avoid it.
Okay.
It's one of the best I've ever used, but that has taken the place of CB radios. There's a few out there. The last time I had one, Laura Hester, where she was with me, and we were coming back from a flight, and it was a wreck. And it was an argument between two truck drivers. One drove a reefer truck, and the other guy didn't like the reefer, and they were just running him down. It was an argument back and forth. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Drove a reefer truck.
Yeah, that refrigerated truck.
In this day and time, Scotty Ray, you have to,
You reefer? And they were picking on each other.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
Use of the factories, but they're still handy if something were to go wrong. Communications go down. Your CB would be your backup in your ham radios.
Yeah,
it's older technology, but it still works. Good to have one on a closet shelf somewhere. We'll be right back. We're more on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace as we welcome in a stormy Tuesday. Y'all smile because we're watching you just like Santa.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas and electric, Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Godwin Cleaning Services, well, they're there to take care of you. All you got to do is give them a call, and they'll come clean whatever you've got. And when I mean clean anything, I mean it. From concrete to an entire building to windows, maybe it's 14 stories high. That's no problem. Of course, they've got drones that'll fly up and do this. Roofs, hard to reach places. It's safety like you've never seen. And of course, just a plain metal roof, they can clean that. Shingles and a whole lot more. Even slate roofs are done. Low pressure doesn't harm anything. A lot of people go, well, I don't want my shingle roof and all that asphalt blown off. It won't do that. It'll make it look new again. Driveways, steps, and parking lots. And seriously, if you've got a business, old motor oil, you know how that piles up, they can clean that, get that on a monthly schedule or bi-monthly and get that cleaned up for you there. See them. Don't slip anymore. Maybe it's a scoreboard that just needs a little addressing. Godwin, 253-8262. Ryan and the gang will come out and take care of you there. Well, we got a lot of comments on people with handles.
Yeah.
Uncle Fun.
Let's see.
Jaybird for Candace, somebody said.
Jaybird.
Yeah, stick wagon.
That was my daddy's. That was the neat that they say that. Yeah, one of my friends. Well, it was Tanya. Her dad's name. I think everybody called him Cue Ball. I don't know where all that comes from.
Sean
I'm sure
says,
there's always a story behind each name.
Yeah,
you know?
Hammer right there. He's talking about that he hit his hand, and he goes, "That's how it happened."
I know we had names for friends back in high school. You know, like I guess I don't know one guy's name. They called him Slimer. I don't know where that.
Slimer.
I don't remember where that come from.
I can only imagine.
But then there was one girl, we called her Slammer because some girl come up to her one night. We were all out and said something smart to her, and she slammed her on the so, I mean, I was like, oh, that kind of stuck with her from then on. Yeah. But anyway.
David Weaver said his handle was Bushwhacker. So, Little John is what his was.
Bill Reinhardt, Captain Video.
Captain Video. We'll have to find
Nurse.
Story behind that one day. It's fun to remember back on all that. Yeah. Did anybody know that Dolly and Miley did a year-end concert together?
I had been seeing where they were announcing they were going to, really talking it up. You know, she is her godmother.
Right.
Did you know that Dolly is?
Let me show you a picture from on stage of Dolly and Miley. Here this comes from Daily Mail. If you'll see, this is Dolly right here. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. She's showing a little bit too much thigh there, isn't she? Dolly?
That's a little...
Dolly, I think
risque.
Dolly lost her underpants before she got up there, y'all.
Yeah, that's a little bit risque.
Dolly, still at nearly 80, Dolly's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I like Dolly. I don't think these two
go together
much, but, you know.
Oh.
Anyway.
They're getting ready for the very first, this is a big day for Mississippi. They may even call the Mississippi House come down and watch this. I'm not sure yet. But we're getting a Buc-ee's down on the coast. And they're making way for it. There's a $60 million grant. They're redoing the roads, getting it all ready. It's going to be huge. Interstate 10 down in that area, our very first one.
It says between Long Beach and Diamond Head. If you've never been to a Buc-ee's, you are missing out. I'm telling you, it's an experience. It really is.
It's like, for us Southerners, it's like a mini vacation.
It's like you can shop, eat. The truckers come in, take showers. I mean, it's the cleanest bathrooms. I mean, just all kind of neat stuff. Delis in there. Tons of gas pumps outside. You can buy just about anything in a Buc-ee's.
Big deal for the state of Mississippi. Y'all remember that. It'll be opening before long as they get this built. They usually have, like 100 gas pumps or more?
Right. If you're going out of town on a holiday of some kind, you need a gift, stop at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that's
You'll
right.
find it at Buc-ee's, I'm telling you.
As we look across the United States of people, the homeless situation, y'all all seen this in places like L.A., Portland, where they're all over the place. They did an interview with a lady who is a homeless person, and she goes, "Why should I leave the street? They feed me 3 times a day, and I can do what I want to in my tent and partake of whatever I want to." Do y'all really think they're going to leave if every life is handed to them at that point? America was never this way. It was clean city, safe, and that riffraff, and I call it riffraff, of sleeping on the streets was kept away from that. It gave people incentive to do better for themselves, to get out and earn a living. As we saw, a year or so ago, we had so many jobs in America, no one would work. Why? Because they're being handed a living without doing it.
We've become a nation that pacifies people, enables them, and just bends to the woke side. I mean, really, we have. They've weakened the whole nation by doing all of these things. I mean, they really have, but it's not lost. I mean, I think that we can come back from it. It's just going to take people that's got a backbone to stand up for what's right and quit tiptoeing around the major issues.
Got to have a leader.
That's right.
I need a hero. It's time for one. I've seen several articles about this, and in China, where this was developed, they're limited to like 45 minutes a day. All that they can spend on it is more educational. But in the United States, the version of TikTok is, well, anything goes. Is it being used as a weapon against our younger generation? There's a lot of people that say, yes, it is. As we see people getting addicted to this, and they're saying it's as bad as a drug, the TikTok.
I'm telling you, I don't have it on my phone. I've seen TikTok videos. Some of them are hilarious.
Oh, they are.
But, I think it does entice not just young people, even older people too. It's like one of those things, you start watching it, and I would imagine you just watch video after video, just scrolling. Next thing you know, you're on there for 2 hours. I mean, and I know people that do this and watch it all the time. But I've never installed it just because I knew that it was
they
of
get another mother
country.
It's bad. They can get your banking account. I highly suggest not downloading that. As we look out to China, we're also seeing that they're having another outbreak of COVID. They're saying it's huge and it's spreading all over their country. We certainly hope this doesn't start coming our way. I did read an article where some of the schools up in the north, they're trying to put back in the face mask thing. And I thought we learned that didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
We'll watch it and see what becomes of it there. I don't know a lot about snowmobile championshiping, but it was a guy that's a pro at it. He was 55 years old, Ken Block. He was testing a new bike that he got. He lost his life in the accident.
Oh, goodness.
That's horrible. It's kind of like that actor who did the snowplow thing, who was bad injured. He's still alive, but he's in serious condition.
Look, I saw a video the other day of somebody driving a snowmobile up onto the back of I guess it was like a trailer.
Yeah.
But it was into the back of a truck, and it flipped over. I don't know how the man I don't know how he made it through that. It was awful. I guess he hit the gas a little too hard, and it flipped and went over on him up in the back.
Okay, we've all sat back and watched those YouTube videos where people are trying to load a lawnmower or a four-wheeler onto a trailer, and whoop.
Oh, yeah.
They are funny. It doesn't change the fact, it doesn't feel good.
That's right.
The Justice Department has admitted that they are concealing some sensitive information. It's 400 pages. What does it have in it? There could be Gist Hunter, also to Joe's brother Jim, all dealing with China and Russia. What went on there? The records are concealed.
Well, I hope they have them in a secure place because, they might be used to start a fire somewhere.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They might just disappear.
Alabama, and you wonder in some cities why. And I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this name right. Watapeka. How do you pronounce it? Wetumpka. I had no idea how to pronounce it. There's a little lady, and I want y'all to picture this. A little lady that there were some cats roaming around in the town. They were homeless cats, so she thought she would give them a home. She was feeding them with tuna. She would go up and do that. She was arrested. Her and another lady, because of being a nuisance. She was warned. You had a police officer, I think, that every now and then you run into that is tickled that they have a badge. And
Right.
he wanted to prove to her that he had a badge and arrested her for feeding the homeless kitties. And she even had people come forward and say, she was helping the community with doing this, and she was. And the bad part is she's in her 80s.
And two, I'm just going to say, maybe she felt like this gave her some kind of a purpose. Like it was her job to do this for these animals.
The judge ended up sentencing 61-year-old Mary Alliston and 85-year-old Beverly Roberts to 2 years unsupervised probation and a $50 fine, plus court costs for feeding the kitties in downtown. She got written up for trespassing, all other.
That is such.
He needs to go to the Andy Griffith School of Policing.
Yeah.
There's a lot bigger issues than
He
worry
needs
about.
a hobby.
Yes, he does. She was just trying to help a poor kitty cat.
Yeah.
Now we know, and everybody knows his name now. That story's out there. Read up on it. That's one of those things where you're shamed at church when you show up on Sunday morning for doing such an act as that.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and
People don't have a
Candace.
heart,
No, they don't. I agree. Y'all smile. We'll be right back.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Red potatoes, a 5-pound bag, $3.99. White or red onions, 99 cents a pound. Coca-Cola products, a 6-pack, 3 for $12. Brine sliced bacon, 12-ounce package, $3.79. Twin-pack Boston butt, $1.39 a pound. And certified Angus beef New York strip steaks, $8.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
Jackson Flowers has settled into their new location on Highway 19 North and is still offering the same great products and services you and your family have grown accustomed to over the past 60 years. Jackson Flowers is pleased to offer their after Christmas sale on many items found in their gift shop. Don't forget, they offer floral arrangements, live, along with all of their fashionable decor for your home or office. Visit Jackson Flowers, now located 2 miles north of Walmart on Highway 19 North. Jackson Flowers, for all occasions.
Well, our friends at Snowden want to wish you a Happy New Year. And if this is the year that you're going to make a change of where you live, well, they invite you to contact them. Marcy did, and so many others there that bought or sold a home. It's whichever way you're going there. Your dream home, or, well, you're getting rid of your dream home and downsizing, making it a new one. It doesn't matter the size that you need. They can find the home for you. If you want simplicity, maybe you want something that doesn't have a lot of grass cut. Put that in there as your priority. She can find that for you. Maybe you're wanting a lot of acreage. A lot of people want that.
Or on the water.
Yeah. Different seasons of your life, they can find it for you there. SnowdenRealEstate.com. Browse that. Look it up online. 453-3937 is another way to reach them. You can do that. You want to live in Enterprise, they can find you there. Maybe it's Brandon or Flowood. Newton County, over in Decatur, they can find you a home there. Here's a West Lauderdale one that's just come up. See them. So much to choose from. It's Snowden & Company Real Estate. You'll be glad that you did. Visit with Amanda. She'll tell you more, and her friendly staff there. 453-3937 is the number to call. They're located there on Poplar Springs Drive. They got a cup of coffee waiting for you this morning if you want to drop in and just say hello.
Yes.
Let's see here. We're getting close to the top of the hour. We still got a little bit of time left as we travel along here. And again, we want to urge you to be cautious today with weather. Now,
I guess they're getting ready today to people signing up for running for offices here.
Donna Jill is busy, I understand.
Busy today. That's right, at the courthouse. They'll be filling out their forms to run for different positions in the county.
Yeah, as I saw one of the Roberts there. I think all of them, they always sign together. It's about 4, 5, 10 of them. There's Roberts everywhere.
There is, yeah.
And of course, we'll find out. We'll have a list of who's officially going to be running for all these offices. There's been a lot of talk. We'll find out. They got between now and February 1st to sign up as to who's going to be on the ballots. We'll find out probably late this afternoon. Some of the folks that they're up for supervisors are up for a lot of races. We'll find out coroner, just how many people are running for that. Jonathan Wells, I know, is one of those. Several people that's going to be doing this, and who's going to all run for sheriff.
Yeah.
We'll find that out today.
And then also on a national level, I guess is it Speaker of the House? Is that what they're
Yes.
trying? Is that what they're trying?
McCarthy and that.
Well, he's trying to get that. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
he's trying.
He is trying to get that, but there are some Republicans who are not so sold on him being that.
If
You know,
I'm not
getting
mistaken, he was trying to move in the office last night, and they were going, "Wait a minute,
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that just yet."
Yeah, because there's not everybody that's not on board with that. I just hope that whoever gets it don't just talk the talk. I hope they get in there and they actually do something that is going to change things for this country.
But and the thought on McCarthy was it would be business as
Mm-hmm.
usual, just like it is now. Should he get it, and nothing would change.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. We'll see there.
Yeah.
We do have a little bit more rain showers, nothing heavy going on in the county right now as we go to Clark County. Let's just take a quick look here what we got showing on radar here. Letting you know here, nothing major here, but light showers all around Quitman there, raining pretty heavy there on the east side out toward Cooper's Chapel and those areas. Starting to rain on Highway 19 South. 2-lane road, be careful there. As we look back over here, some thunderstorm warnings moving into the Hazelhurst area, and we also have it Fayette as it moves into Mississippi there. And the Delta now, look at this. We got several issues here. We got a tornado warning up here near New Albany occurring right now. So y'all be careful there, and that's until 9 a.m. Right in that area right there. Here's Blue Springs, Myrtle. We want you to be north of Pontotoc. That looks to be the only tornado warning that we got in the state of Mississippi at this point.
Yeah.
Our time to watch at 11 a.m. until late 11 p.m. We'll be here behind the scenes working to let you know when something comes up. We want you to be safe at the end of the day. Make sure you have a weather plan on top of it.
That's right.
What's on tap for you today?
Just to watch the weather, because I actually was not busy for work in town today, so I'm gonna just kind of stay home one more day with my child.
Not gonna hurt. Great way to start the new year.
Right. There's a couple of people commenting about gonna miss me. I'm gonna miss y'all.
Yeah.
I am. I got another little while till the 13th.
Yeah, she'll be here with us.
But I will. It's been a joy. It really has. It's been a lesson in so many ways.
It's been a hoot.
It has. It's been fun. We need to have a video of all the crazy moments.
But we've had some. And I know a lot of people are going, well, West Lauderdale Road is going to be a lot safer now.
Crazy.
She always tries to get there. She really does.
I know. I'm trying. I'm in a hurry everywhere I go. So.
We want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us here. And again, make sure to follow us on YouTube or on Facebook, the Scotty Ray Report, for in-depth weather coverage. We'll let you know exactly what's happening.
And also on Fox 30.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
We'll
Have
see
a
you
good day,
back.
y'all. Yeah.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: